guys, welcome to episode 1 of the rebuild of Project Bombshell. So if you guys aren't familiar, this is Melissa's new 2014 Mustang GT-CS. I figured I'd show you guys the car real quick before we go inside, which is where we're headed because that's where we're starting things off today. What you doing there? Yeah?
Look how good this looks.
I know. So it's the nice carbon fiber California Special Dash underneath. That's kind of the theme of this episode, is we're going through and kind of just doing like the initial teardown of the car. A lot of removal of just things like this.
From the inside out.
Work from the inside out, yep, that's right. So we're just doing some little light stuff to start. I've already been kind of going through the car. I've been getting all the parts and things like that out of the car, kind of organizing ourselves a little bit. Just trying to get kind of opened up, cleaned out, so we can start really tearing into the interior more and getting ready to remove that cage, which is kind of like the big thing that I think that's going to be happening on this video. So for tonight, we're just doing a little bit of stuff here and there, and then we'll be getting more into the thick of things tomorrow. Alright, so it is now a couple days later. The big task that I'm going to be trying to take on today is kind of taking everything out of the interior, right? So we've got the cage in here. Melissa wants that out. So I've got to pull the seats. I'm going to pull the dash. I mean, some of the rear seats are kind of already started to come out. And then as well as pull the carpet and some of the plastic trim around it. That way I can go ahead and start working on trying to cut the cage out, because that's going to take some time. I've got like an angle grinder I'll be using. Derek, my buddy, gave me some stuff for like shielding my face, because you know, danger with angle grinders is a real thing. That's the big thing we're gonna be doing today, trying to cut the cage out, and then just honestly trying to give the car like a good deep cleaning in all the areas that like are usually covered like under the carpet and stuff like that, because I'm sure there's a lot of stuff just everywhere. Like even just here, I'll show you guys in like where the trunk sits, because it's been sitting outside for 2-3 years, like just caked dirt nastiness, because I want to kind of make sure that, you know, the water passageways and things like that aren't jammed, and it kind of gets the car back to square one, so that hopefully it's now not clogging and like water getting inside the interior, because we don't want mold and things like that. So I want to get everything clean and as bare as possible. So at that point, once we get the cage out, we can kind of start working on like, okay, putting the interior back together, getting a game plan on like what to do from there. It's been a few hours now. I've just been doing lots of dumb stuff so far. There was like this antenna over here that Melissa didn't like, so I had to pull that off, which took some time to figure out. And then just taking probably, I don't know, 30 minutes to an hour, like to peel all this like clear wrap bullshit that was in all these crevices, like all along the bottom of the trunk. There's like little wrap remnants in the door handles. And I also went and pulled these trims up here to kind of just get underneath those, see if there was any wrap and things like that, which there was, and then kind of clean those out a little bit while I had them out. But just doing random stuff. But I did finally get around to getting the seat out. This was a little bit challenging around the cage. Pulled the rear seat out, got that stuff over here. I was getting ready to work on the driver's side. Holy shit, that scared the fuck out of me. Still a bunch of wrap in the interior, like there. The whole dash has still got wrap on it, so we got to pull all that out. So it's definitely, you know, a slow work in progress, but I wanted to kind of give you guys a quick peek at the interior here and what I've been finding so far. The carpet was kind of just slaughtered to some extent to make the cage work, so it's been cut in a number of different places so that it was like, I guess, easier to put everything back in place. But as you can see, like there's that, which is just some sound deadening stuff, but like it's a freaking mess. So all kinds of stuff there. There's a bunch of stuff over here, but I already started to vacuum because the fuel pump over here is missing, because there was a fuel system on the car, and this was never covered back up. So I've been trying to clean up inside there. There was all kinds of really nasty stuff, just dirt and I guess whatever fuel was in there, just kind of turning into nasty shit. So did a quick wipe on that. I'm gonna try and keep wiping up a little bit more, maybe use some brake clean or something, and then throw the cap and stuff back in place to try and cover that up while we get into grinding and things like that. As you can see in the trunk, I've been kind of pulling all that stuff out and trying to make just good clearance when we get ready to cut the cage, and so we're not like cutting into important stuff, and then it's just going to take a long time to clean everything out, honestly. All the dirt and debris that's gotten into the car the last 2-3 years from sitting. So yeah, teardown's going relatively well. It's just slowly but surely going through it all because there's just so much stuff that needs to kind of get fixed and corrected. But so far, so good. I'm all right with it. Nothing too stupid. Sucked. So I got all the interior out. So I got the dash out, was working on the center console and things and trying to figure out like what all it takes to get the carpet up, and I was able to determine that like to get the carpet up, I think you actually do it to fully pull the dash, which kind of sucks because there and then back there the carpet crosses over. Initially when I thought it was just the first crossover, I was considering like cutting the carpet and then just stapling it from like in between the middle of the dash, but the further back one you can't really reach through the dash, so I'm not quite sure what I want to do about that yet. I'm gonna figure that out later, I guess, but still considering cutting it because it's just gonna be a lot easier than actually pulling the entire dash out and then having to put it back in. Was going through and trying to chase all the wiring and stuff up underneath the dash, and was able to figure out that there's like a module for the remote start, like a Ford brand one, so that might stay, that might not. It doesn't look like it's finished wired up, but I got some of like that stuff just chilling in the meantime. Also, that wiring I think is part of a trans brake. It goes in the engine, but then it comes to like a dead end, right? So it taps into the fuse box on this side, and then the wiring just kind of stopped. But I'm inclined to believe that like that wiring that's a dead end goes to the transmission, and that's why it just got cut, is because they pulled the transmission out and there's nothing there. So I think that might be what it is. Melissa made a bunch of progress on unwrapping all of these pieces, getting those ready to go. So the dash is now finally unwrapped, and all that stuff I think is done, right? Yeah. But I think that's gonna do it for tonight. We'll pick this back up later and hopefully figure something out with the carpet so that we can start working on cutting the cage. All right, so it's definitely been a minute since I had the camera up. We have been doing like a bunch of just stuff on the car. Melissa's over here. She's saying hi. I did a lot of stuff with like the wiring harness, trying to fix that up where the trans brake was at. So I cut that out, re-spliced in some new stuff, pulled all the wiring out of the like engine bay area as well as in the interior of the car. As far as the interior goes, it's all gutted and everything. The carpet is about ready to come out, which we're gonna let Melissa do in just a second. And then as we pull the carpet out, we will then get to cutting the cage. I've literally been doing like hours of work, just clean up nonsense, and I just didn't film anything. So I figured I'd give you kind of like a quick update as to what is going on, what we've done, and where we're headed. Did find a couple of little things here and there that the car needs in terms of like just dumb stuff. Rubber grommets on the firewall, weather stripping type stuff, because you don't want the interior to leak when it rains. So I did do some stuff in the trunk, trying to figure out like, okay, why it was leaking, which I think is actually all kind of leads to this. But we are missing the Shaker 1000 sub, found one, so should be getting that soon. There's just a lot. I gotta pull that out so we can cut the cage down here. There's like the fuel pump regulator thing, harness, I don't know what it's called. We just got the windshield and front windows tinted on the Explorer, and it looks so good, dude.
So dark.
Yeah. So lots of little dumb progress made, but now we're gonna move into more exciting stuff. Like I said, the carpet and the cage.
Pull it out this way to have more room.
Pull it out this way? You can leave it this way, or where you have it. Yeah, that's fine. Careful on those connectors, yeah, push them through in the holes.
Yeah.
And then some of this stuff, make sure the harness goes through. Here we go. That should just come right on the other side. sticker from Magnaflow. Nice. Do that so it keeps that out of the way. What are those dogs doing?
Where should I put this?
The carpet?
Yeah.
The trash. There's lots of dirt and crap coming off probably.
Yeah.
Shout out to Derek for all the safety equipment.
Holding it as tight as I can, and then like it will grab something and it will like move me.
Your control.
Well, I can't have that much grip with these.
Okay.
They're kind of big.
Are you good? Okay.
Yeah, so like.
I know. Dinner time. All right, ran into a couple little snags. The cutting disc I have is just a little bit small to be able to cut through on one side, which we kind of need because of where the cage is located. There's not like a way to come in from the backside on some of this stuff. But we did make some pretty good progress in the meantime. But I picked up a new cutting disc at Lowe's, and we did make one successful cut before we headed out. But that being said, I got the AirPods in, gonna kind of jam out and just finish knocking this cage out. I don't want Melissa to do it because I had to pick up a bigger disc and take the shield off, so it's a little bit, you know, less safe now. So I'm gonna go ahead and take care of it, catch up with you guys after that. Threw a little bit of duct tape up here on the door bar since it's cut up here. When I cut the bottom, it'll probably try and drop since that's the only thing holding it. This way it doesn't drop and hit and, you know, fuck shit up. Great success.
Just gonna record you. Getting out of this trap.
You got it?
Yeah. We're gonna go that way? Yeah.
Alright, there you have it, guys. The cage is all out. Yay. I know you're not. People in the comments might be. Do you want to explain to them why you don't want it?
Because I'm not gonna need it.
Yeah.
And it's just a waste of space. And it's annoying to get in and out of the car.
Right. But then they're gonna say, but you could have got swing outdoor bars. and then you say, but it's my car, and we're building it the way we want.
Exactly.
So with that, the cage is all out. I got some grinding left to do. Here, I'll show you guys. Kind of like the little bit of stumps that are left from where the bars were at. So I'm gonna have to take some time and get this all ground down so that it's smooth. We're leaving the landing plates in the car, but after those are down, the interior is just about ready to go. I do have to fix this mess over here. I don't know what the hell happened. So you guys can see the patch, right? Well, here's from underneath, and there's quite a bit of holiness here. So finish welding that down or something to just patch it up, because we definitely don't want big holes in the floor pan.
There's just so much more room for activities in here now.
Yeah?
Yeah, you can get in and out of the car. You can put
Some people would argue that you don't need a back seat.
Okay, well.
We're gonna have kids one day.
Exactly.
So this is the car they can get in.
Yeah, because yours is gonna be too ridiculous. They're not allowed to know.
What?
They're not allowed to know.
What do you mean? I don't know what you're talking about. So yeah, with that, the cage is all out. I think that's gonna pretty much do it for the initial teardown. From here moving forward, just some cleanup stuff, getting the floor pan fixed, and then we'll be
putting everything back in, carpet back in.
Mm-hmm. We did get a fresh carpet.
And then I guess from there we'll just have to wait.
Yeah, there's actually there's not a whole lot left that we can really do
until we open the beast up.
Yep, my motor's next. Whoop, whoop. We are still actively looking for colors, even though I think Melissa's more or less picked one out. Still deciding if we're gonna paint the engine bay. We'll figure it out. But yeah, so definitely happy with the progress we've made so far. I feel like we've gotten pretty far along fairly quick with getting things kind of torn down, figured out, and a game plan in place. Because also behind the scenes, I've been ordering like a ton of freaking parts for the car, and we have like majority of everything we need. Yeah. There's lots of little dumb stuff, like there's little weather grommets in the front firewall and stuff that needs to get replaced, but I did find a guy parting out like a salvage car, so hopefully that is in the works and we'll be able to get all that stuff here soon. And yeah, then it's just the main thing. Oh yeah, that's true. We might have a set of wheels coming too. You guys will have to stay tuned on that one. Super good deal from my buddy Jose over at Vortec. So
from sunny California.
It's a good old sunny California, yeah. But yeah, that'll be a surprise for you guys later on down the road. Alright guys, definitely hit the like button if you enjoyed this video. I'm definitely looking forward to see where we go from here on Melissa's project car. I think you're just about as excited as I am.
Yeah.
So feel free to subscribe to the channel if you want to stay tuned on the build and everything like that with what is to come on Project Bombshell. We've still got a long ways to go, but definitely good progress so far. So peace out, catch you in the next one.